You're talking about targets, and it's obvious that you like the youthfulness of the players. Is that your aim again? Are you looking at young targets, or?
I think a bit of both.
Yeah.
A bit of both. It depends a little bit. As we are, I think the squad now is well balanced, very well balanced. Now, if we're going to lose a player, I don't agree with replacing a experienced, well settled player with a young player. That would be a big gamble. I think now, as we stand, we've got a very good balance between experienced players and the young players. If we lose an experienced player, we need to replace him with another experienced player.
Right.
Speaking of the young players, the likes of McManaman and Nichols and Robinson, are they near to coming through and getting in the first team for quite a lot of games?
Yes, and that's been another big improvement in our football club. I think the youngsters, the way the reserves played this season, it's great just to go and watch the reserves and beating Arsenal and beating Man United. That's another sense of pride, you know. Callum McManaman is ready. I think Callum, unfortunately, because of the importance of the results, I had to be a little bit protective on Callum. It was unfair to throw him into them high pressure games, but Callum is ready to play now, and he's deserved that. Lee Nichols, again, is a goalkeeper, probably that specific position. He needs to play games now, and we'll have to give him the right loan for him. But I want him to be in the first team in pre-season. Then we got another 2 or 3 youngsters that this season they got a great opportunity to carry on developing and see if they can get into the first team. But I've been very, very pleased with the job that Graham Barrow and Dennis Lawrence did with the young or development squad that we call it, because they've developed in a great way. It's the first time we sold a youngster to a professional club, John Rowledge, without playing with the first team. We got now, as we stand, we got 6 clubs that they ask for the young pros that we got at the club. For me, that's a great sign of improvement, and we'll carry on in them lines. We got a few youngsters that they are from Wigan, born in Wigan, and they got great future, and we need to make sure that them the next 2 years they get the right development, so one day we got a few more local players in the first team. That would be another ambition.
What's your plans for Mario Balotelli? Is he going to come back next season, or will he go elsewhere?
Well, we'll sit down with Mauro. I think he's had a good experience in Italy. He's found it difficult at the beginning, then he scored one of the most famous goals in Italian history. He's going to be a hero. He's going to go for free on holidays to Genoa anytime he wants. But he's a goal scorer. That shows you the player that he is. He can score goals, and that's the hardest thing to find in football. Obviously, the English Premier League has been a little bit too physical, too strong for him, and I need to see how he is mentally, how he's thinking about the future. But he's only 25. He's a big asset, and I'll sit down with him and see what's the next step.
You think it was obviously struggled a little bit. Do you think it was down to the fact that it was the Premier League style of play?
Yes.
Or the way we play? Or?
No, I think it was a little bit of both. First and foremost is the incredible pace that the Premier League is played, and referees allowed so much contact with the defenders. Like in any other league, he would have got probably 50% of the balls that he received, it would have been a free kick, and that makes a big difference in the way you play. And then there were 2 or 3 key moments. If you remember the goal that or the header that he had against Sunderland, the goal disallowed against Chelsea, 2 or 3 actions that if he would have scored that first goal, everything would have been a lot easier. And sometimes it seems how small details affect someone's career, and it's so true. And from there, he's a winner. He was the biggest player in South America. He had a great record in the Copa Libertadores. Every club in South America wants him, and then it becomes a hard experience. As it is, still a fantastic goal scorer, and I need to find a way for him to enjoy his football. And if he can do it with Wigan, it will be a big asset.
So did he want to go on loan and get away for a bit, or is that like the best thing at the time?
Yeah, I think we sat down and he was finding it difficult. I think after the Newcastle game at home, he found it really difficult to perform. He found it difficult to be himself, and we all felt that probably having a fresh start, fresh experience. It would be great. Obviously, Genoa was one of the teams that we fight to try to sign Mauro. So it was a real interest on Mauro. So he knew that, and we felt that it would be a great opportunity to go to a different football, to start from fresh. Remember that South American football and European football is very, very different, and the Italian league is a completely different league, but it's got some similarities. So we felt that was the right thing. Mentally, it was exactly the right thing. It was exactly what Mauro needed. Then financially, it was a good deal for the football club, and I think it allowed Mauro to settle in another 6 months in Europe. Now we'll take it from where he is and what he's learned in Italy, and what his thoughts are for the future.
Do you think that's why you brought Conor Salmon in, because you learned that Vaselli wasn't physically ready for it, and Conor Salmon's quite a big guy, so...
Well, Conor was a player that we've been following for 16 months, and obviously he was the most improved player in the SPL. As you know, we follow the SPL quite closely, and we follow the Dutch league and the German league quite closely. And he was the standout player, the most improved player over the season. So then all of a sudden he's a player that we felt he could fit in with us really well. Then with Mauro moving away, we needed a striker, and he brought something different. Conor's got everything to be a real top player in the Premier League. We have to be patient with him because it's a big jump. But as you saw, the goal he scored against West Ham is as good as it gets. To have that decision making in the box, that coolness, but then that power and strength. He's a very complete player, and I know the fans are already taking on him, and we need to be a little bit patient and help him to develop, because it's not the finished article now, but he's going to be a big player. We spent £400,000 on him, and it's fair to say that he's 3 or 4 times that price already, but we need to be patient with Conor.
You think Tom Cleverell is ready for United's first team, or is there a chance we could have him a bit longer?
Well, I think that's a great question. Tom Cleverell, I think, is ready to play anywhere. More than anything, is his attitude and the way he behaves himself as a professional footballer. I said to Jonathan, if you want to know the profile that Wigan Athletic needs to invest money on, that's Tom Cleverell. He will be the player that we should really invest money on. That sort of profile. As it stands, I don't think it's going to be available. I think he's going to go back to Manchester United, but you just hope that we got a little chance of getting back, because that would be. I still feel that he could develop with us another 38 games with us. He could kick on, but you can understand that probably. Is he ready for Manchester United? Yes, we're involved in 4 competitions, and you got so many games. He's ready to give them something, but you never know. Maybe Manchester United, they're going to invest huge amounts of money on players, and you don't know what's going to happen with their squad. But Tom knows that he's got his home here. Whenever he wants, we'll do anything that we can to welcome him back.
So does that include, if they were prepared to sell him, we would be interested in buying him, not just on loan?
I don't think they're prepared to sell him. I don't think that's been. Obviously, he's going to play with the under-21s. It'll be a great competition to follow from our point of view. He's going to be involved with them. I don't think it's going to be for sale. You're looking at he's only 21, one of the brightest England stars at the moment. I don't think the future of Tom is certain yet. I'm sure that he's going to do the pre-season, and they're going to make the decision then. But I think what we have to be very proud is that we look back in the last 10 months, and when Tom arrived, now is a better player. That we all appreciate his football and the way he's conducted himself. But we can be very proud that if we develop an outstanding English talent, that wherever he's going to go into his career, he'll always have that Wigan Athletic time in his heart, and I think that's very, very important. We help Tom to produce great experiences, but at the same time, we got an outstanding player for a season.